So the Bills lost to the Bengals, and battle of people claim both of these quarterbacks were number 2 and number 3. Joe Burrow came on top. All right, so we're gonna talk about that. Carl, talk to me. Was Josh Allen the main reason why the Bills lost?
Hey, just look at my name real quick. Hey, Diggs did exactly what he was supposed to do out of the game. Get out of there. Get out of Buffalo, baby.
Monday's fine.
All right, now, real talk, though, before I start. Y'all are doing my man Fred Warner so dirty. He the best linebacker in the league, bro. Y'all saying the NFC and the best covered linebacker. Nah, he the best, flat out best
I don't
linebacker
know,
in the
Carl.
league.
You ain't sit out early in the season.
Yeah, I said Bobby Wagner, but it's Fred Warner now.
Yeah.
Opinions change. Come on now.
Yeah, it do. You right, because the one about to change today. But go ahead.
All right, so look,
Which
boom.
one?
I'm gonna
Yours?
be.
I hope it's yours.
Oh, you about to?
Let it go.
Talk about it.
Let,
My bad.
let's
All right, so I'm gonna be completely honest, right? So I watched this game from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bengals, like I said in the chat, y'all not in the chat, get on the show so I can be in the chat. I said the Bengals made the first 2 drives look easy. Went up and down the field. Josh Allen first drive, I was wrong in the chat. I thought he got a first down. He did not. He went 3 and out. Now, there was a third down play where Diggs was wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen missed it. Now, I said, granted, Josh Allen was under pressure. But when I said that about another quarterback, somebody told me great QBs make those throws anyway. That's an excuse. So, hey, I personally would have said he's under pressure. But somebody told me great quarterbacks make that throw. So it's great quarterbacks. Hey, if you
Who
want
was
to be
that? Somebody.
top three, you got to make that throw. Boom. So punt. Obviously Bengals touchdown. Get the ball back. You get a first down? Not quite. Number 3 and out. Boom. Bengals get the ball. Stall. They drive a little bit stall. Now the Bills finally score, and I put in the chat, it looks like the Bengals let Josh Allen and the Bills settle in. And they proceed to score 3 points the rest of the game. Josh Allen doesn't throw 1 touchdown at all. I'm not going to fully put the game on Josh Allen. I know people weren't expecting me probably to do that, but I also believe in fair criticisms. I don't think 100% of the game is on Josh Allen. I think the defense did not show up. But what I will say is this. You can't be considered top 3 and not throw 1 touchdown pass at all. You threw 0 touchdown passes. Yeah, he threw a late game pick, but still a pick. Like I said, Josh Allen going to throw you 1 or 2. Just got to catch him. It was cool. Cam Taylor-Britt had a game, by the way. My young boy out in Nebraska. Look out for Quentin Newsom coming out this year. But Cam Taylor-Britt had a game. The Bengals defense had a game. Y'all going to put some respect on these Bengals defense. I've been saying this since last year. That Bengals defense is good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, somebody also put a video in the chat, and how ironic, that said Josh Allen looked real middish without Diggs. And how he looked, it was definitely Dave. And how he looked when he was in, force feeding the Diggs, or Diggs, quote unquote, wasn't getting open, or he got most of the attention. Looked real middish. Sorry, Joe. He looked real middish. I'm not going to put 100% of the blame on Josh Allen. I'll give him 75%. I'll give him a 60. No, I'll do 50-50. I'll be fair. I'll do 50 Josh Allen, 50 the defense. I'll be fair. Because that Bengals offensive line was missing 3 starters and 1 got hurt in the middle of the game. So I go 50-50. Josh Allen couldn't keep up. And I don't want to hear, oh, it was snowing. Oh, the weather. Because the Bills literally drafted Josh Allen for games like that late in the year. If you remember when he came out, people were saying how strong his arm was. He threw in the windy environment of University of Wyoming, and that his arm was perfect for those types of games. So I don't want to hear that in an excuse. Just flat out look real middish. But yeah.
All right, I'll go. So look, that I agree with you. Before Stephon Diggs came to Josh Allen, he looked quote unquote middish. But you can't say that now. All right, because what happened last year in the division round? Stephon Diggs had 3 receptions, 7 yards. But Josh Allen had 4 TDs, 325 yards, and completed like 85% of his passes. So you can't say because, and you point out one game right now too with Stephon Diggs.
I'm just saying.
My thing is, we can't look at this one game and say he's mid now without
Technically 3.
Stephon Diggs. Now, I would give most of the blame to Josh Allen for one reason only. Because, like I said, we say that he's top 2, top 3. And no matter what the conditions are, if you're that guy, you got to do more than what he did. Now, in the Chiefs game last year, he did. I think he did his part. Defense let him down, but he did his part. You know what I mean? He balled out. But this game, he had plenty of opportunities to respond to what the Bengals were doing. Now, I would say Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow had a good game. I think he had a great game. But I hear people in the media saying he's the best quarterback now, all that stuff. What he did, I think people are overrating this dude. Like they do with Josh Allen, but Joe Mixon was having a game too. You look at those first 2 drives, they could not stop the run either. All right. And that defense brought out. Now I'm giving Joe Burrow his props, but the fact that people are saying he's the best, people putting him above Mahomes on this one game. All right.
That's crazy.
Far. That's a little far.
Yeah, that's crazy. That ain't a little far. That's crazy.
People were saying that like he's the best quarterback now. Yeah, like somebody say he's the best quarterback. He ain't the most talented, but he's the best quarterback. But when I watched that game, that wasn't Joe Burrow. That wasn't one of his best games to me. You know, like
Wait,
that was huh?
Why not?
No, I'm not saying he played bad. That was a Joe Burrow type. It was good. It was a good game, but it wasn't like he didn't wow me that game. I would say. I think that was a complete game for the whole team. The defense played great. Joe Mixon got his stuff off. Now, in the first 2 drives you talked about, they got out downfield easily. He had 100 yards in the first 2 drives. Right? The rushing attack had like 55 yards in the first 2 drives. So that whole offense, that defense is terrible. But after those first 2 drives, they didn't stall out, but they weren't up and down the field the whole game against the Bills. Now, but I will get most of the blame to Josh Allen. Now, with Tom will say he's not top 5, that's ridiculous. All right. The only QBs that's above Josh Allen is Patrick Mahomes. I said in the chat, Joe Burrow has passed Josh Allen officially after this game. Joe Burrow, and you can make a case for Lamar. Outside of that, you can't make a case for nobody else right now. Josh Allen, so Josh Allen is still a top 5 quarterback for sure.
Joe, what has he done to put him in the top 5? Do you know last week? You skipped over last week. You went straight to that Kansas City Chiefs game last year, right? Do you know they would have almost lost last week, right?
Woulda, shoulda, coulda,
Yeah, they know woulda, shoulda, coulda because you moving the goalpost too by talking about Joe Mixon and all that. Like Burrow didn't do his thing in the snow.
I say he did. I said that game didn't wow me. Like,
That's a wild game.
That game was incredible.
That is a
He only
wild
missed
game.
one throw though.
That's a wild game, Joe.
In them conditions, he missed one throw. The high one to Hayden Hurst. And Hayden Hurst still could have caught it. Now, I still say it's a bad ball, but Hayden Hurst could have caught it.
He was 23 from 36, Carl. What are you talking about?
No, drops don't count as missed throws.
So you trying to tell me he had 12 drops?
No, but sometimes you throw the ball away, things of that nature. Yeah. He really, if you
you
really
mean like he had one bad throw, you saying, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but
I'm not saying one missed. I'm just saying like one bad.
23 for 25. I get what you're saying. I mean,
you looking here, right?
It's a regular Joe. My thing, it was a Joe Burrow type game. He played good, played great, but it wasn't like a wild game. Like, oh my God, Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the league.
I get what Joe's saying. He's not saying he didn't have a good game. It's just not one of the top games of his career.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
It was a good game for Joe Burrow, but I get what
my only pushback is a lot of what Joe says about Joe Burrow is we overrate the games he has had, especially in the playoffs, because the defense have bailed him out time and time again. Well, he's only had 2 years, but this time it wasn't really the defense bailing him out. He jumped on him early. Now, granted, yes.
I said I think it was a complete game from the whole team. Exactly what I said.
Yeah, no. But that's what I was about to say. Granted, everybody was doing well. Joe Burrow came and initiated that. Like he came out there was like, yeah, let's go. Basically, like he basically initiated the spot that got everybody going.
And Josh Allen showed up like Dak Prescott.
That's exactly Dak what Prescott he did. Threw 2 picks.
Joe, last week, Josh Allen threw 2 picks. What are you saying? Every big game. So my question to you, though, and no one never answers my question. They start bringing up old games. They talk about what has Josh Allen done? There's 2 questions. Mm-hmm. What has Josh Allen done to get him in the top 5? Also, when he plays somebody that it's time for him to win the big game, does he win?
No.
Before you answer that question, can I get at Javon real quick? They have a run game. They don't use it because they want to make Josh Allen look like the guy.
Single to the average 4 yards a carry. Now look, Tomo. This is why he's top 5. All right. Patrick Mahomes done more than him. Joe Burrow has done more than him. That's it. Now you can go back to Aaron Rodgers, Tom, and Lamar because he got MVP. You can go to Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, but they had. I'm not trying to call them has-beens, but what have they done for us lately? Especially Aaron Rodgers, they won MVP 2 years ago, but he looked like a shell himself this year, and so did Tom Brady. Josh Allen didn't. Dak Prescott been in the league longer than Josh Allen, but yeah, he has more playoff wins than Josh Allen, and also that's a basic right. He had more playoff wins than Josh Allen and better playoff performances than Dak Prescott. So Justin Herbert, what has he done? Nothing. What other quarterback you got to talk about? I mean, he's definitely top 5.
Yeah, I would agree that Josh Allen's top 5.
You said
I said I would agree, and y'all know I'd be waiting to kill, bro. I would agree he's top 5 though.
He's top 4. He's top 4. The only two people you can argue is better than him right now is Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. That's it.
I would still throw Aaron Rodgers in front of Brad just because, as you can see, as time went on and those rookies started finally to get it, he started to catch on. Like,
did he catch on, or was it a defense and a running attack?
Aaron Rodgers
was a rookie.
Only he threw for 250 the whole year.
But the defense and the running game was there, but them rookies still had to catch up. And you can't just expect them to catch on like this. And it's like, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's real hard to expect your rookies to come in the gate and just fire off. And that's why they started winning as the season started to progress. Now, granted, they ran into the buzzsaw of the Detroit Lions.
Won 4 games. They won 4 games.
Now, hold on, because this is what happens in the chat. We start talking about something else. Now, answer my second question.
Go ahead.
When it's time for him to win a game, when has he done it?
We're in the playoffs?
Anytime. Let's go playoffs then. When it's time for him to go up against somebody of equal competition he's supposed to be better than.
He beat Lamar Jackson.
Didn't Lamar get hurt?
Lamar was down by 10 when he got hurt. So it's not like he was down. He was down by 10.
But Lamar also, he didn't make him go down by 10. Lamar made us go down by 10.
I understand you're going to defend your dude, but he asked me a simple question. Who do you go against?
I'm not even defending Lamar. I'm saying Josh Allen wasn't the reason. Lamar was the reason he was up 10. I ain't even defend him.
Oh, you mean because of pick 6, right?
Yeah.
But the Bills were winning when we threw that pick 6, right? They were still winning.
Yeah, because we missed 2 field goals and a whole bunch of other stuff. But it wasn't because
the people he lost to was Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. That's basically it for real. Who else he lose to in the playoffs?
He lost to Houston.
Yeah, that wasn't him. That wasn't him.
Huh? No,
that was Tyrod Taylor.
I thought that was Tyrod. Yeah.
Played
that his opening was.
Nah, that was Tyrod.
Nah, he was 24 for 46. I'm looking right at it. He played that game.
Well, then never mind.
Is Deshaun Watson?
I think so.
Yeah, he lost to
Deshaun Watson was a top 3, top 4 quarterback then. Yeah, he was.
I lost to him.
Yeah, he did.
That's most of the time.
That's my point, though, Joe. When it's time for him to show up and prove that he's better than somebody else, he loses the game. Before yesterday,
what game did he lose?
I just told you.
Houston? Did he lose that game last year against the Chiefs?
Yes, he lost.
He lost it?
Did they
win?
Hold
on, Joe, because I was going to push back on that too. Because you can't say the defense sold them when the defense was the reason why the game was close in the beginning for the first 3.5 quarters.
What?
It was. The game was low scoring as a mug. Patrick Mahomes couldn't get nothing going until the game blew open late in the fourth.
The Patrick Mahomes had 24 points going to the fourth quarter.
And hold on.
Yes, who you talking about? They shut them down. They had 24 points going to the fourth quarter.
Where's this game at? Because now,
yeah, I gotta look too.
Yeah,
so I could have swore the game was like real close.
Because y'all undo a 75-yard bomb to make it 24-21.
Yep.
Like, come on, y'all don't. Yeah, okay.
But no. So at the end of the day, though, did they win?
Because
when I said something about Miami, you was like shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Let me ask you a question.
Win.
Who you putting above Josh Allen? Other than those 4 I just gave you.
So my whole argument, I'm glad you flipped. My whole argument, I was telling you the entire time that Burrow was better than him, and you kept pushing back saying he wasn't. And I gave you all the reasons why, and you just kept saying he wasn't. And I'm mad that it took till yesterday for you to see it. That's
your only reason was because he beat Mahomes. And then your only reason
no. That wasn't it.
Last year.
That was not it. I said,
what was your reason?
I leveled the playing field with y'all because y'all said when Josh Allen didn't have anything, he looked middish, right? Now he got Stephon Diggs, right? Defense is there. They have a running game, but yet they don't run the ball. That's not my fault. Really, and he is not taking his team to the Super Bowl. My thing with Burrow is he came in one season, got hurt. Next season, got his boy there. They got the running game. The defense was, like I said, elite. But to me, my whole argument was like, bro, his O-line was terrible, and he still won games in spite of that, right? Made it to the Super Bowl. This year, same situation, same exact situation. O-line is terrible, defense is there. Burrow beats him, and now he's on his way possibly back to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen,
terrible by the way that game.
the defense. If Von Miller was there, do you think that would have made a difference?
Yes, it would have.
I do think that made a difference.
Okay,
It would have made a difference.
so the O-line possibly could have been terrible. They just played good in that moment. But at the end of the day, Burrow's been here for 3 seasons and found his way to the Super Bowl. The same thing the Eagles fans are throwing at Dak, saying that, look, Jalen Hurts is now in a conference game. Like, bro.
All right, look, you gotta have context. Like Carl always say, have context. The Eagles are where they are, like probably 85-90% because of Jalen Hurts. You watch that playoff run with Joe Burrow, bro. You cannot tell me that Joe Burrow was a leader. Of course, he's a quarterback. He got a lot of responsibility, but he wasn't a leading guy throughout the whole playoff run. And you tell me otherwise. You tell me when he was.
When you score the ball. When you score a touchdown, no. When one team scores a touchdown, don't you get the ball back?
So Jimmy G should be above Josh Allen now because he went to the Super Bowl.
Heck no,
that's not what I'm saying though.
Bro, Joe Burrow last year, he got like. Tell me what part of last year tells you that Joe Burrow should be higher than this dude. Like what part of last year did he do that he stood out? It was the defense basically shut out Kansas City in the second half. So both against the Chiefs and against the Titans, they got interceptions for the Bengals called an interception and ran into at least a 50-yard line for the game-winning field goal.
But if you listen to your argument for the Bills, it's the same argument for the Bengals, but they won the game.
It's not because when Josh Allen lost to the Chiefs, he had an incredible game, and they lost. Joe Burrow did not have one incredible game last year. It was all mediocre. You said what?
I said Gabe Davis had an incredible game.
All right,
he had 20 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. Okay. You going? I mean, obviously, your quarterback has an incredible game because Jamar Chase had an incredible run last year in the playoffs.
That's a fact. But I say he different.
So Joe Burrow, I can't name out one game. You can point that game out, and he's like, he went crazy that game. Not one game. And then in one game, his defense then bailed him out when they let Cooper Kupp score in the Super Bowl. What did he do the following drive? Fumble. No, not fumble. He fumbled, right? Or he got sacked.
But it was he got sacked. He got sacked. But if he didn't get sacked, he would have threw it. If he didn't get sacked, right? If he didn't get sacked, he was going to throw it to Chase and they would have won the game. But at the end of the day, it was the O-line. He had to overcome that O-line.
Yeah, and he got sacked the most times in playoffs.
Even in that Chiefs game, he went 23 for 38, 250, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
I don't want y'all to think I'm like, my whole thing is this. We can't just crown Burrow because he got to the Super Bowl.
I'm not crowning.
You gotta give me context. What did he do on that run? That's all I'm saying.
So what I'm telling you is, if we comparing the two, right? If we're comparing the two, I'm not crowning him because he got to the Super Bowl. I'm telling you the fact that another quarterback has shown up, got a weapon, and went to the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, this guy that you put top 2 got a weapon and can't make it there.
He got everything.
Yeah, he don't just got a weapon.
But who?
Joe Burrow.
No, I'm talking about Josh Allen.
Josh Allen got a weapon, got him there.
We can both agree they both have weapons with an S.
Mm-hmm. But that's why Joe Burrow passed Josh. I wasn't going to crown Joe Burrow over Josh Allen right now because he didn't wow me at all last year. In the regular, he had a good regular season, but he won in the division, in my opinion, because the Ravens got hurt. I don't think he would have won the division.
Facts.
So and they won 10 games. So my thing was like, and Josh Allen didn't have a great regular season, but he did the year before that. So Joe Burrow hasn't done anything for me to say like I'm going to put him at number 2. You know what I mean? Just off that Super Bowl run. And because what he did last year, on top of what he did this year is confirming last year. That's why I said after he beat Josh Allen, now he got to be number 2.
So why was Josh Allen number 2?
Because Josh, like I said, out of everybody, like far as his individual, what he's done in the games, I believe he has better performances than Joe Burrow had until we go to now like the last game.
So you
Like I
base.
said, Joe Burrow didn't have wow. He did throw a 500 yards against the Ravens, but we all know that situation.
So now,
But
Hey,
now I see why you basing it. You basing it on your entertainment factor. The fact that
no,
Joe
I'm
Burrow
not.
looks good.
Josh Allen got more playoff. Josh Allen won the playoffs, and he did great in the playoffs. Also, that's a lot that had to do with me. Also, in the playoffs, he played great.
So
Right,
did Burrow
16
though.
touchdowns and 1 interception until this year.
So
So
did
I'm looking
Burrow.
at Joe Burrow. I look at his playoff performance. I'm like, it's like kind of average. It's like a little bit above average. It wasn't a great performance throughout the playoffs.
I think Tomo was more so saying that the teams that he's beat aren't as good as the teams that he, as we prop him up to be.
But he looked
Like
good doing it. So that's
I
why he's
think
number two.
what he's saying is like he beat the Colts when they had Phillip Rivers. He beat the Patriots, who we all don't think was a playoff team. I think that's more so what he's getting at. Like, yeah, he has good playoff performances, but against who?
And when it's time for him to play
I
up
think
against,
that's what he's saying.
when the competition is equal on the other side, he looked like that.
My thing is, what did Joe Burrow do when he beat those teams? What did he do?
He did exactly what you said. It's just not. It's because it's not appeasing to you. It doesn't look that way. But technically, he's did that.
Jimmy G beat Aaron Rodgers twice in the playoffs.
Oh, but that was different.
Come on, man.
How was that different?
Because they averaged like what were y'all averaging, like 6 yards, 8 yards of carry before contact?
Yep. So are we gonna say Matt Stafford is above Josh Allen too?
I know I didn't say that.
He won a Super Bowl. So my whole thing, you gotta have context. Everything
you
can't. You gotta have context, bro. But Matt Stafford actually played well last year. I mean, in the playoff run, I
wouldn't say that. I ain't gonna lie, I love Matty. Hey, Matty really, he gonna come back next year when he all fixed up, and he gonna prove people that it wasn't a fluke. But I don't know if I got him above Josh, only because they both kind of like the same. But Matty will get pick happy like a mug.
And the reason why I gave Jalen Hurts so much praise, because Jalen Hurts is legit. Like, he's that offense. He really is. He's that offense. They do have a great defense. And then when they play the Giants, he went crazy on the Giants. Jalen Hurts did.
But I only threw that out there because of how the landscape is, how they judge the two quarterbacks. So basically Josh Allen and Joe Burrow is like Dak and Hurts right now, right? Hurts is potentially about to take his team. Hold on. Hurts is you looking at the fact. I'm talking about how people are talking about the two. Josh Allen has been with his team longer, right? Dak Prescott has been with his team longer. They both have had playoff success, right? Now here comes the young gun who gets the weapons that for them, right, to make them look good. Because Dak had Amari Cooper. Then Dallas did the dumb stuff and took everything away to say now prove it, which was stupid on their part because look what happened. However, they never took Diggs away from Josh Allen. They kept adding pieces to it. Every time they're gonna do it again this season. They're gonna find something else for him. They even brought Cole Beasley back to try to win. Now flip it. Jalen Hurts.
He made some timely catches.
True. Jalen Hurts. They said, bruh, we want to pay you, but before we pay you, we got to make sure you're that guy. They went and got AJ Brown, who everybody killed me when I said he wasn't a number one, but yet here he is showing that he's a number one. Where's that team at? Where are they at? They're in the conference championship, right?
As the number one overall seed.
Boom. Now everyone's looking at Dak saying, bruh, this was your division. You had everything. Why can you not win?
Here's the difference.
When I asked that question about Josh Allen, everyone starts talking about all this other stuff.
Here's the difference, Tomo. Every time, all right, these last 2 years, right, that Dak has lost in the playoffs, it has been because of him. The last 2 years. That's why everybody's on that case. And then the year before that, when he was healthy, he lost to the Eagles the last game of the season to get to the playoffs when they were the favorite. But if you would have asked me this question 4 years ago when Dak Prescott was actually looking good in playoffs, it would be a different story. But we see in recent years, Dak Prescott has been terrible in money time. That's why everybody was
Josh Allen. That's all I'm saying, Joe. So has Josh Allen.
Can I interject real quick? So do I still look as crazy as I did before when I said Josh Allen really got his name before a half a quarter of football?
No.
A half a quarter? He's fine. He played good at that game, man. I think he's slicing it. He played good at that game. He played, and then you gotta forget the week before that, he had like 6 touchdowns when that
against the Patriots.
But the Patriots won like 11 games that year. And this is
the when the Cowboys, oh my goodness.
When the Cowboys what?
Because when I got on here last season, when we got on here at the beginning of the season, you said the Cowboys didn't play nobody last year. Me and Worm said the Patriots. You said, man, the Patriots wasn't nobody. But now they somebody when Josh Allen. That's my
and
argument,
it's a division game.
But
I also say it's a division game. When you play, when the Dolphins play the Bills, I said the Dolphins probably beat the Bills in the division game. I said the same thing about the Ravens and the Bengals. It's a division game. In the playoffs, when it's a division game, it's a more tough game. It's a division game.
I get you, but we all know the Patriots run really a freaking playoff.
So that's what I'm saying. But he threw 6 touchdowns though. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all game went to the wire. Y'all game went to the last play.
Because we told
they
y'all
blew the Patriots out the door. So
you see what I'm saying? Look, hey, everybody on here, I'm a fan of the NFL and the NBA. I'm renouncing my Cowboy fandom because at this point, people are going to say I'm loving Dak too much when I'm trying to show y'all that I'm not crazy.
I'm not. Look. Okay, brother Justice. I said that Joe Burrow is better. I'm addressing why coming to the season, I'm saying Josh Allen was better. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Josh Allen is better than Joe Burrow right now. I'm just telling everybody, just off of one playoff run that Joe Burrow was a little bit over average on his play, I can't just automatically put him number 2 and number 3. That's all I'm saying. And this year, they're on a 10-game winning streak. We got to talk about this another
time, Joe. We got to talk about another time.
They've been playing. They beat Mahomes twice last year and this year, and he beat Josh Allen. You got to put number 2.
It's okay.
That's all I'm saying.
It's okay. Josh Allen, Derek Carr, and Dak Prescott, same quarterback.
I just wanted to let the record show that I'm not really a hater. I'm just probably the wrong messenger, but I'm not a hater.
No, we just trying to help Joe see.
No, you a hater, bro. I'm not. Somebody who's happy when somebody fail. You a hater, bro.
I didn't know. I was happy they lost. He didn't fail. He just lost.
You was happy they lost, bro.
Hold on, time out. 2. Let's not act like I wasn't a freaking. Y'all didn't call me a Cincinnati Ravens fan last year.
No. Yeah, you root for the Bengals, but you wanted the Dolphins to win too against the Bills. You want the Bills to lose every game, bro. You want the Bills to lose every game, Carl. Come on, bro.
Shame on my dog.
All right, we spent our time.
I was literally on the phone with J-Mo to start the game.
All right.